Cleaning copper battery connections on a Ford Ranger. William Hovey Smith, 2021.
This is Hovey Smith, the Backyard Sportsman. This is for the people who own cars but really don't know very much about them. And we are now ending the pandemic, hopefully, and opening up the summer driving season with vehicles that have not been run very much during the entire previous year. Some of them hardly even started at all. So what I'm going to be talking about are things to look for and listen for. One event might be something like this. Boo! Now what didn't you hear? You didn't hear the engine start. You just heard a series of rapid clickings. Hello, doggy. Hello. Yeah, you know something's wrong with your car, don't you? Yes, you do. You don't like it when your car doesn't run. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to show you what's wrong and how to correct it. When you open the hood, you see an obvious problem. There's extremely heavy corrosion around one of the battery terminals. Yeah. In short, you're not getting good contact, and it may be that it's so bad that your battery has just not been able to recharge at all, or it's just not making decent connections. Well, we're going to solve both problems. Now, other things that commonly occur. Here in the Southeast, we're blessed with all kinds of creatures, great and small. And a lot of these, birds, rats, squirrels, build nests in vehicles if they can get in them. And of course they can. So, open your hood and look out for birds' nests and such. And if so, kindly remove them. The rodents also have a bad habit of chewing electrical wires and connections. So your spark plug wires or other wires may be chewed. That could also start problems. But we know very obviously what our problem is. So the first thing to do is clean away all that accumulated corrosion and recharge the battery. I'm wearing some gauntlets here, which is rather overkill for this kind of task. But this corrosive residue will burn you. And I also have safety glasses on for the same reason, because I'm going to be brushing and scraping this stuff away. Although I did not, you should also wear a mask. Vapors coming off this copper sulfate will irritate the lungs, as will the particulates coming from the brushing and grinding. This corrosive material is not hard, but rather soft and fluffy. The color is from the copper. The material on the outside of the battery terminal is actually not causing the difficulty. The difficulty is in the contact between here and these lead battery posts. So that's what I really need to clean.
Unless you want a 12-volt shock, don't let your tools or your hands connect both battery posts at the same time. So we're going to select a suitable socket and remove this altogether so we can clean these contacts. We've now identified the appropriate socket. Okay. Now that needs to be put in a safe place. Place my glove. I have a shop knife here. That terminal comes off. There is a V-cut here. Attempting to loosen. Gonna need a little heavier tool. We have heavier tools obtained. A little overkill, but this is what came more quickly to hand. We'll see if we can separate this a little bit. Yeah, that's noticeably loosening. Now hopefully we'll be able to twist it off. It's moving, it doesn't like it, but it is moving, is moving, is moving, is moving, come. All right. Well, that's what we have. As a piece of mechanical design, this copper connection, instead of the lead connections that were formerly used, is so flimsy and has so much surface area on it that I am not surprised at the amount of corrosion that was generated around it. In fact, a part of it has corroded away altogether. There used to be a complete circuit around from here to here, which is now completely gone, but there is enough area on it to still make contact with the post once it's cleaned. So I'm going to take some sandpaper and as best I can clean and brush those surfaces so they make a good contact. Since I have access to power, I'm going to use a Dremel tool to attempt to clean up this annular area on the inside. Well, that is certainly helping. Now for the battery post itself. Better. I've just removed the connection from the negative post, and you can see how it was originally constructed. Yeah, all of this from here to here is completely gone on the positive post, but it'll still have enough to provide a connection at least for a while. Certainly the next time I change batteries on this truck, I'll need to move and put in a new positive connecting wire over here. I've now checked the water level in the battery, and you don't want to fill those cells all the way to the top. There is a ledge, and you fill it up to that point, which is usually about an inch below the absolute top of the battery. And I'm going to go ahead and put a charge on this battery. It may have a charge on it already, but we're going to go ahead, since we have the terminals clean, and recharge it anyway for several hours before we reconnect everything up. And red to red, which means the positive terminal. And in this case, black to green, which is a negative terminal. And we plug in our charger, and we're going to proceed to let it charge away for several hours while I do something else. 8 hours later, we have had the battery on charge, and it started right about here, and now it's, say, something like 80%, which is excellent. On reconnecting, this piece of felt down here, I can't see really does anything useful except to indicate that, yeah, this is the positive terminal, which is also marked. We've taken the nut from this side and put it on this side and swapped them because this one has not gone any corrosion. Plus, it'll give a firmer seal when we tighten up, which is desirable. Okay, no sign of any wiggle, that's tight. Well, the bells work. All the lights come on, gauges come up. Woof woof, we've done it, guys. I'm an author, and most of my products are outdoor books, but I do have significant business titles. The most recent of which is Make Your Own Job, Anytime, Anywhere, at Any Age, which received a worthy review from Kirkus, an international review firm. In this book, I tell you how to select your own jobs from possibilities that you generate and actually how to found your own companies.
If you lived in an urban area and you had to pay somebody to come in and take care of this situation, you may well have paid a tow charge to the shop. All right, that's $50. You'd have had to pay the basic shop charge, that's $50. They would have very likely sold you a new battery whether you needed it or not. That might be $200, so you're $300 down right now. Plus, they would undoubtedly have replaced that battery cable. That's another $50. And you paid them $100 labor, and so you're up $500 just because your battery cables and connections were dirty. What? Now, that's admittedly a worst case scenario. I've saved all those charges, plus maybe losing the car for 2 whole days and the cost of paying somebody to take me to the garage to pick it up. Woof. So if you don't know how to do this, this is a useful skill to master, because it will inevitably happen. Guaranteed. But now, this is Hovey Smith, reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Be legal, be ethical, be safe. Goodbye, God bless, and see you next time.
Safety glasses, a mask, and gloves are recommended whilst you're working on batteries. The vapors coming off are not very good and will definitely irritate the lungs. For more information on my books, blogs, and more than 850 videos, go to www.hoveysmith.com. To find out more about my business books, go to createyourownjobsecurity.com. To discover how my book, screenplay, and movie project is coming along, go to fatherofthegrooms.net. Good hunting and good eating from the outdoors. Goodbye, and God bless.